89. Tonight, the Trojans have taken their show to East Juniata up here in Mifflintown along the river, and they will take on the EJ Tigers tonight in a Twin Valley League Tri-Valley League football game, or Twin Valley League, I'm not really never sure. Anyway, in a league game of some sort, and tonight the Trojans are coming off a big victory against Halifax a week ago, where the Trojan offense really came to life, and tonight should be a Super Bowl game for the offense. We're looking forward to that anyway. EJ having a rather dismal season, has not won a game yet, so they're 0-5, and the Trojans at 2-2-1, looking to go above the 500 mark for the first time this year tonight against EJ. The band was a little late getting going here, so the toss of the coin had already been made, and the Trojans are going to kick off to begin the football game, as we have Gene Rickard out here ready to kick off to the Tigers. Here's Gene's opening kick. It's a bounder. It's touched out here, picked up at the 25. He's up at the 30, the 35-yard line, knocked down about the 37-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for EJ at their own 37-yard line. Once again, this ballpark up here not real conducive to being able to pick up the yard lines, because generally speaking, people are standing behind them along the sidelines, like this young gal here and so forth. So anyway, it'll be 1st and 10, EJ on her own 37. Trojans looking for another good defensive ball game tonight. They had an excellent game against Halifax a week ago. Here's motion this side, and now time is called as the flags are thrown. And looks as though EJ will pick up a illegal procedure penalty, and that'll march the Tigers back 5, back to the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. Gentleman up here that tapes with me told me that last week the Tigers had an awful problem with keeping the mouthpiece in, so I'm not sure if that was the problem that time or if they actually had somebody lined up wrong or what, but at any rate, see if the Tigers can get her going here. Now it's 1st and 15 from the 32. Quarterback hands off to the second man. He dives back to the line of scrimmage. Not much gain, if anything, on that play. Diving in there to make the stop, Richie Kerwin, along with 72 there of the Trojans. Sport Bingaman in there also. Brian Mace, big number 72, helping to make the stop as a young East Juniata lad kind of ran into Brian right there. There was a gain of nothing on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 15. The ball still at the 32-yard line. Flanker out on the near side of the field for EJ. QBs might be looking for him. Fires one over this way. It's overthrown, intended for number 41. Covering on the play is Gene Rickard. But it will go as an incompletion, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 14. Trojans going with their patented defensive lineup here now in the ball game. Let's see, we have Bingaman here along with Mace. Tom Paul in the center of that defensive line for UDA. Kerwin over here is a linebacker. Lines up practically as a lineman now. Okay. Quarterback gonna roll back to pass. Getting a good rush. Gets the ball off, but just barely. As rushing in there was number 76, Brian Mace. Or rather, Tom Paul, I mean. Sorry about that, Tom. At any rate, there is a flag on the play, and the flag is against EJ. Illegal procedure, another call against the EJ Tigers, but it's declined this time as the Trojans have them back to the wall here with a 4th and 14, and they will punt. Back in single safety for UDA tonight is Sean, Justin Adams. Good snap, and wow, just got the punt away. It's going to land out here at the 47-yard line, and going to be picked up there at the 47, downed by East Juniata at the 47-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. UDA in excellent field position now. as the Trojans will go with last week's lineup here tonight. Kerry Wiest will be in the backfield for the Trojans. Jeff Lentz will be at the quarterback spot. He'll have Rickert and Ayers in the backfield with him. Rickert in the slot. Ayers as the running back. Here's the pitch to Todd. He's going to try to go around the right side. He's got about 5 or so, maybe 7. Gets down to the 47-yard line of the Tigers. Picked up nearly 7 on the play. We'll see where they spot it. They spot it at the 47-yard line, so a gain of 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4. Ayers on his first carry. Ayers had an excellent ball game last week against Halifax. Wiest, Ayers, and Rickert in the backfield. This time it's going to be Ayers with it again. Todd inside the 40-yard line to the 38 goes Ayers that time. Gain of about maybe 8 or so. Be a first down for the Trojans. Ball spotted at the 37.5-yard line, whatever. Midway between the 35 and the 40 in Tiger territory for the first time on the second play from scrimmage. Chip Wetzel flanks out on the far side for UDA. Here's a handoff this time to Gene Rickert. Gene's got plenty of running room around the left side, still on his feet, gets knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Rickert with a good run that time. First down for the Trojans, I think. Let's see where they spot it back here. It's going to be, it'll be a first down. And Rickert gains himself about 12 or so. So the Trojans on this early march against a rather hapless East Juniata ball club. Justin Adams will flank out wide on the far side of the field for UDA this time as Lentz sets him up, hands it off here to Ayers. Ayers dives down to the 20, inside the 20, to about the, well, they're going to spot it just shy of the 20-yard line.
2nd and about 4 for the Trojans.
Gain of 6 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 4. Here's Lentz with it, handing off to Rickert. Gene going to try to turn around the right side. This time he's tackled on a nice tackle.
Rickert
in the backfield. He lost maybe a yard on the play.
Terry Trout for the Tigers.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 now as Gene was dropped back at the 21-yard line.
3rd and about 6.
3rd and 6, call it. 3rd down and 6. Gene Rickert, an excellent blocking back for UDA, and he'll be used in that way again. Here comes Ayers trying to turn around the left side, and Todd is going to be knocked down at the,
Ayers on the carry.
Looks like around the 17-yard line. It's going to be short of a first down to bring up a 4th and short for UDA. 4th and about 2 or 3.
Up and off and facing about a 4th, 3.
Looks like the ball is going to be at the 17-yard line. Quarterback Lentz would like to drive the Trojans in here with an early score. We're in the first period of play. Got 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Okay, here's a big 4th and 3 for UDA. Handoff is to Todd Ayers up the middle. Todd dives ahead inside the 15 to the 14. Looks like it is going to be awfully close. We'll see. They spot it back here just a little bit, right at the 14-yard line. First down. First down UDA as Todd got just enough for the first down.
First down for the Trojans.
Schminke, the center for UDA. Centers it back here to Jeff Lentz. Jeff going to try to scramble around the right side. Fires one over the middle. It's complete to Wetzel. Wetzel's got it down for a touchdown. Chip Wetzel takes a 14-yard pass from Lentz to Wetzel. Good job, Jeff, and a good job for Chip out there as the Trojans score early here. Now it's 6-0 with 7:42 remaining in the first quarter. UDA up by 6, and they'll attempt that elusive extra point. It looks to me like Rickert's going to bring in a kicking tee, so they're going to See what they can do with the extra point kick tonight, as Rickert will set it up. Rich Shadle will be the holder for Gene, which of course adds a double threat to the Trojan lineup. We'll see what they do with it. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. No good, no good. Off to the right. No good. So the PAT, still an elusive part of the football season for the Trojans, but it's 6-0. UDA up here in the first period. There's your score with 7:42 remaining in period number 1. Trojans ahead 6-0. Gene Rickert tees it up for UDA for the second time in the ball game. See if Gene can get a good one off this time. There we go. This kick is going to be higher and deeper. It's going to be taken right back at the 11-yard line. He's at the 15, the 20, and now spins ahead here to the 30-yard line, where he's knocked down in air by a couple of Trojans.
Matt Long returns the ball out over the 30-yard line.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers now at the 31-yard line. Sean Arts in there on the stop for UDA that time on the run back. First and 10, the Tigers. Quarterback hands it off and met in there immediately by Tom Paul. I believe it is that young running back. Tom comes up, makes a deathly stop right on him, knocks him back for about 2. Or a long one anyway. It'll be second down and 11. The ball now at the 29-yard line, just shy of the 30. Second down and 11 now. We're going to see a lot of faces in the ball game tonight, I'm sure. Denny Alenker is in here for UDA now at a defensive spot. Here's a handoff on a reverse, going around the left side, and number 28 with some motoring room runs her down over there. Rich Shadle's going to grab him and throw him out of bounds over on the far side, but he's in the Trojan territory, the Trojan 48-yard line. Fine run that time by Matt Long of the Tigers. Picks up some long yardage all the way down to the Trojan 48-yard line. Picked up about 24. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Tigers on the UDA 48. Playing right in front of us here now. Let's see what happens. Quarterback to the second man. He's grabbed in there immediately. Again, I think it was Tom Paul that may have put the hand on him. We'll see here. Looks like Tom. Yep, it is. Tom with a good defensive move that time. Just waited for everybody to run through there. Grabbed the man with the ball. Tom got him. Virtually no gain on the play, maybe a foot or so. It'll be second down and 10 for all intents and purposes here.
Short gain in the play, brings up second.
Trojan defense really just has played outstanding football all year, and tonight should be a real good one. Here's motion coming over this way this time. Quarterback's going to roll back to pass. Getting a big rush, dumps one off, nearly picked off over there by Denny Alenker. But big rush put on the quarterback that time. The young fella had no chance to set up and get rid of that one. As good pressure put on over there by that right defensive end, I think, for the Trojans. Number 85 over there, putting the pressure on him. It's Troy Klinger. He had a good game last week against Halifax also. So here we go. Third down and a long 9. Again, running back to pass. Again, a big rush put on him, and this time he fires one down the middle of the field. Incomplete. Rush put on that time by Tom Paul. Some heavyweights in there that time. Paul along with Mace and Troy Klinger. So big power rush put on that time, as there was tonnage in that backfield looking for that quarterback. So it'll be a fourth down in a punting situation. Again, Justin Adams, the only man back to receive the punt for UDA. There's a ball 11 feet over the head of the punter. He picks it up. He's going to run it down there. Troy Klinger comes up along with Kerry Wiest, I think it was. Yeah, making the stop on him, and that'll be up or Dauphin ball now, as the centering pass was at least 4 or 5 feet over the young punter's head. And that's going to give the Trojans a ball 1st and 10 on the 34. 33-yard line will make it, and Trojans will go at it from there. Restarts and Rickard still in the backfield for UDA. Handoff going up the middle here is Kerry Arts for the first time tonight. Kerry's got himself a couple down to the 31-yard line. Picks up about 2 or 3. Make it 2nd down and 7. Okay, 2nd down and 7 now as Jeff Lentz sets him up. Lentz handing it off here to second man through is Todd Ayers. Todd dives down to the 26-yard line, gain of nearly 5 on the play. Will bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and about 3 for the Trojans.
Ball spotted at the 26-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 3. Again, offensive line for the Trojans making some good holes in there. Here's a handoff. Ayers again has it up the middle, down to the 22-yard line. 1st down for the Trojans as Todd dives down to about the 22.
Number 10, Tom Felton. Number 44,
and Todd getting up there a little
31, Tom Pyle.
late, but he's fine. Good shape.
1st and 10 for Upper Dauphin.
Chip Wetzel in there running some interference for Todd Ayers that time. Wetzel flank out on the far side of the field now. It was a aerial from Lentz to Wetzel that gave the Trojans their first 6. Here's another look down that way, looking for Wetzel again. I think it is. Is it Rickard? It's Rickard. It's a touchdown. This time it's Gene Rickard from 21 yards out, and it's now a 12-0 ball game. Jeff Lentz. They were wondering about the Trojan passing game last week. It was not too evident against Halifax. They'd done everything almost on the ground. But this week, we're going to try to air it out, and Jeff's been perfect on 2 for 2 attempts down in that right corner. And again, Eugene Rickard will be called upon to get the you-know-what. Won't even mention it. Maybe we'll get one here. Let's see. Shadle holding. Good snap. Good placement. Kick is up. Kick is good. Okay. That's exciting because the Trojans have had all kinds of problems with extra points, but they finally get this one, and now it's 13-0 here in the first period. Good job that time by all those fellows, and it's just going to be one of those cases where EJ is going to be totally overmatched this evening, and I think everybody on the Trojans is going to get some game time tonight. 3 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the first period. It's 13-0 UDA.
A Blue Cavalier.
Good job being done here by the Trojans now against these somewhat hapless Tigers of East Juniata. Gene Rickard tees it up for the 3rd time here in the first quarter. For a kickoff. Here we go. Kick this time. Nice kick. Deep. Going to be taken right at the 12. He is at the 15 and circling around back there. Gets out to the 20-yard line, or the 25 maybe. And a nice tackle put on him out there by Chip Wetzel and Sean Arts again in on that tackle.
Not long in the return for the Tigers.
Good job as the Tigers will set it up at the 26-yard line. It is. It'll be 1st and 10. EJ at the 26. Clock moving now with 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Sean Arts at a defensive spot now for the Trojans. Here's a handoff, and going up the middle for a yard or two. Out to the 25-yard line goes number 31. Tom Kyle or something like that it is. Gains a couple. Out to the 20, or the 30-yard line, just short of the 30. Picked up about 3, it'll be 2nd and 7. Second down and 7 from just shy of the 30-yard line for EJ. Motion over on the left side. Quarterback's got it, hands it off, and he's going to be stopped right there as he ran into a couple of Trojan defenders, not the least of which is that tiny number 72 in there. Wow, Brian Mace making a big stop with Tom Paul. You can't go up the middle against those two lads. They just won't allow it. A little bit of a shower coming down here now, so at the end of the quarter, we'll probably put the rain gear on here a little bit, as it's just beginning to come down a little lightly. Okay, quarterback rolls back this way, passes one over in the flat on the far side. He's got a man over there. Now he's loose, going around the left side. He's going to be knocked out of bounds over there on a tackle made by a couple of Trojans. Let's see, it's 86 Bellis along with Todd Ayers making the stop. It brings up a 4th and 3, however. On the completion, he gained just a couple of yards, was run out of bounds over there at the 33-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and 3. And once again, Justin Adams, the only fellow back to receive the kick for UDA. Let's watch this snap this time. This is better. And he gets off the punt very, very nicely. Nice spiraling punt. Justin takes it out here at the 37. He's at the 40, the 45, puts his head down and barrels right to midfield, where he is stopped cold at the midfield stripe. So it'll be 1st and 10 for UDA at the midfield stripe with 1 minute and 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. A little bit of rain coming down here now, as you can see up against the lights here. And there's only 1:44 remaining, so we'll see if we can survive till then without any technical difficulties due to this light shower. Here's Lentz handing it off. Now here goes 31 Kerry Weist. Kerry with a nice run down to the 40-yard line of East Juniata, gain of about 10. Nice run that time by Kerry, as he carried that ball very nicely, picking his way all the way down, gain 9, and it'll be a 2nd down and 1. The ball spotted actually at the 41 now, as Chip Wetzel leaves the ball game momentarily. Jason Undercuffler into the ball game as the flanker on the near side of the field on this 3rd down and 1. Okay, up the middle for plenty goes number 22, Todd Ayers. Ayers with a nice run, gains about 10 on it, and that'll be the 1st down for the Trojans, as the ball's now at the 31-yard line.
It's a 1st and 10. Ball resting.
Just a smoothly oiled machine out there tonight and last week on the offense, just looking super. 1st and 10 from the 31. Up the middle goes the quarterback, Lentz, and he gets about 7. Inside the 25, he goes to the 24 or so. Gain of about 7 on the play. They're going to spot it right at the 24. Nice run, picked up 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3 with 26 seconds remaining, so the Trojans will get this one off. This time we're going to have Gene Rickert as a flanker out on the far side of the field. I've never seen Rickert flank out that far, but that's where he is. And it looks like Lentz is looking for him. Gene's got it over the middle. The completion, the tackle is made down inside the
Pass is complete to number
20 to the 17, it looks like. Rickert with the catch. Nice quick hitter over the middle to Rickert, who was the flanker on the far side. So 1st and 10 for the UDA Trojans now. The ball actually on the 17-yard line, and that's going to end first period play. And we're going to take a small break here now, real quickly, to put some rain gear on. Be right back. Okay, the 2nd quarter is about to begin here now, with the Trojans up 13-0, and they're driving now. The ball is at the, let's see, I'm not really sure where. Here goes Rickert, though, and Gene's going to go all the way, I do believe, for the TD. He does. He goes in, and a flag is thrown. So look out. This one here may come back. The flag was thrown down there at a spot where many times we have a hold or something like that. call. I'm not really sure, but
flag in the play.
let's see. Clipping against the Trojans. That'll bring this one back and nullify an excellent run. Okay, clipping is the call against the Trojans. Brings the ball all the way back here now to the, let's see, can't really tell right now, 5, 10, 15, 20, back to about the 18. Here goes Lentz with it, rolling around the right side, gonna tuck it away. Jeff with it, still has the ball still on his feet, all the way down to about the 5 or maybe inside the 5. Excellent play that time as Jeff ran the option around this side and really made some beautiful yardage out of that. It'll be first down for the Trojans, first and goal from, let's see, looks like the ball is now at the 7-yard line. So here we go for the Trojans, first and goal at about the 7. Handoff is to Todd Ayers. Todd dives down, and it's a touchdown. Ayers from 7 yards out. He goes in with 11 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. The Trojans now leading 19-0. Trojans will apparently again attempt the kick of the extra point. They were successful last time, so I believe they will try that again. Gene Rickert had kicked the last one. And Gene getting set to try his second of the evening out of the hold of Shadle. Rich has got it, drops it down, puts it up. The kick is good. Okay, we're winding the clock back a year or so now, folks, as we've got everything going, cooking for us now. It's a 20-0 ball game now with the Trojans up by 20 with 11:10 remaining here in the first half. Trojans looking good this evening. Just a shower here now. It's kind of just enough, one of those that's just kind of enough to make it sort of miserable, as you see the rain coming down here now, but probably won't last very long, just enough to make everything sort of yucky. So we'll see now what the Trojans, kind of a kickoff we can get going here. And here we go. Kick gonna come down here and be taken at the 12, 15, 20, the 25, and he's nailed out there at about the 29-yard line, something like that. So it'll be first and 10 for Juniata on the 24-yard line.
For the Trojans.
Justin Adams making the stop for UDA that time.
East Juniata puts the ball in play just shy of their own 30-yard line.
EJ first and 10 on their own 24. Pitch over to this side. 28's got it. It's going to try to turn it upfield, and he is hit. And I thought I saw a flag go back here, but maybe not. No, I guess not. Okay. Gain of 4 on the last play. It's 2nd and 6 now for the Tigers. Fumble in the backfield, ball loose, and going to be fallen on by EJ. So they will maintain possession. Lost about 2 or 3 on that fumble. And that moves the ball back to the 30-yard line the way it looks from here. Be 3rd and 9 now. Ball right at about the 30 or just across the 30-yard line. Motion over on the far side. Quarterback looking over this way. Now he's getting a big rush. Fires one over the middle. It's in and out of the hands of Eugene Rickert. Gene cannot believe it as ball hit Gene right in the chest, I think. And Gene unable to hold on to it there. But at any rate, goes as a 4th down now, and that's going to be a punting situation for EJ. They've got 9 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the first half, and they will punt. And that was exciting last time, so let's watch it this time. Here's the centering snap. Nice one. Punt. Not a bad punt. Going to be taken out here at the 47-yard line by little Justin Adams. Justin on the move. Oh, he slips down as the grass is getting a little bit wet. And Justin Adams with a fine run back that time. Looked as though he may have been able to take that one all the way back. He had an idea of doing that anyway. And he just happened to slip down at the 32-yard line, I think it is. Let's see. Yep, it's on the 32-yard line. So Trojans will put it in play from right there. This time it's going to be number 12, Richie Shadle, in at quarterback for the Trojans. Shadle handing it off. Here goes Sean Arts with it. And Arts runs around the left side. It's all the way down to the 20-yard line. Picked up 10 or so. It's a first down. Sean got the ball down to just inside the 20. So it'll be 1st and 10. Trojans going to use everybody this evening, that's for sure. And ball down to EJ 20. Richie Shadle at the quarterback spot for the Trojans. He rolls back, rolling right with the option. He's going to tuck it away, and he's going to get hit back here this time, as Rich could not scramble up there. Couldn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. It'd be a little bit of a loss on the play. A loss of about 2. Ball back here now to the 22-yard line.
Loss in the play brings up 2nd and 11.
So, see what the Trojans do here now. They've scored every time they've had the ball so far. Have never given it up yet this evening. Here goes Shadle with it again on the option around the left side. This time Richie's got some running room. Dives down across the 15 to about the 13-yard line. And that's a gain of about 6. We'll bring up 3rd and 4 now. The Trojans want to come up here with a big 3rd down play, and I'm confident they will. 3rd and about 4. Flanker on the near side of the field is Wetzel. Here's Shadle with it. He gives it off to Todd Ayers. Todd's got the 4s. He dives down to the 7, and a flag is thrown in there. Fine run that time by Ayers, but we'll see what the call is, though. There was a flag. And looks to me as though they may be going to talk to EJ as the Trojans are backing up here already. And they are going to talk to East Juniata, so something there happened. Personal foul. Personal foul will be the call against the Trojans. So that was certainly uncalled for, I guess.
Personal foul.
At any rate, that'll back them up 15 now. The Trojans don't want to get, into one of these kind of games here now where they feel, the game's over, so they'll start carrying on. Ball goes all the way back to the 30, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 20 now. So into the ball game comes number 85, Troy Klinger, as number 80, Tim Ressler checks out of the UDA lineup. Now we still have, timeout, hold it. Something is amiss now as the linesman on the left side there, far side of the field, comes jogging in here, and he's going to discuss something with the referees in charge here. What he detected, but at any rate. Okay, he's going to go over and say something to someone on the sideline. Apparently one of the stick guys had a problem or whatever, I'm not sure. At any rate, here we go now on a 3rd and 20. Richie Shadle rolling back, tucks it away, throws down over the middle, got a man out there. Oh, incomplete. In the end zone, intended out there for number 86. I think it is Bellis. There's a flag out here, though. The flag could be where holding sometimes occurs on a pass play. So let's see what the heck happened here. The Trojans suddenly going in reverse. Looks like it will be against Upper Dauphin. It would bring up a 4th down and 20 or a 3rd down and 35. Something like that. Or 30. And at any rate, they're talking it over. Trojans out here going, what the hey happens here with us? Okay, illegal receiver, I think, might have been the call. Ineligible receiver downfield. And so that'll bring up a 4th down. And the Trojans, well, I guess in a game like this, they'll go for it anyway. As Coach Hain calls time now, and he'll enter the ball field and come into the huddle and see if we can do something with these guys. We'll be right back. Okay, the timeout is over, and Coach Hain will leave the playing field, and Trojans will not punt the ball away. They will instead go for it from the 30-yard line. Good field position for the Trojans, even if they must give the ball up here now. On a 3rd and real long. Shadle back to pass, looking, firing one deep over the middle. Ball is up in the air, now it's incomplete. Intended out there for Eugene Ricker, and the flag is thrown. Referee could not pick up the flag, but the flag is going to be thrown, and it looks to me as though they could call interference against the Tigers. It's about the only thing it could be, I guess. And let's see how they rule this. It's pass interference against East Juniata, and I believe that will be a 1st down for the Trojans. However, I'm not really sure about that. Let's see how they do this. I'm not quite sure.
Called on the Tigers.
They're walking it off. It's going to go all the way down to the 10 or 11 yard line, where it'll be 1st down for the Tigers because it is not long enough for a 1st down. Okay. Trojans needed about 20. They got the 15-yard penalty, but now wait a minute. Still not sure if they know what's going on here now. 1st down up, wait a minute. 1st down Upper Dauphin, I guess it is.
It brings up a 4th down and about
4th down
6
and
for the Trojans.
6 for the Trojans. Now I'm not sure. Now there's more confusion out here. I don't think this squad really. Well, wait a minute. Okay, now East Juniata calls timeout. 6:32 remaining in the 1st half, and the Trojans up 20-0. And the Trojans will have a 4th down and 6 with the ball out here at about the 5, 10, 15, 16-yard line, something like that. We'll be right back after the timeout. Okay, here we go on a 4th and 6. Shadle in at the quarterback spot. He's got the ball, rolls out to the left side, fires one over the middle. It is incomplete. Intended for Chip Wetzel, but underthrown. Chip had no chance of getting that ball, and so the ball will go over now on downs, and it'll be down at the 16-yard line. So 1st and 10. EJ at the 16 with 6:28 remaining here in the 1st half. Trojans up 20-0.
1st and 10, about their 15-yard line.
EJ has really had a run or two, which gained them a couple of yards, and that's been about it. Here's a handoff, 31, and he runs into number 78, I think, in there.
On the carry for the Tigers.
Yep, into a couple of Trojans in that lineup, but
the tackle for
number 72, Brian Mace, making the big stop, making the initial hit. And when Brian makes an initial hit, his initials will be on you, embedded in you forever. And so it's a short gain, if any, I guess almost nothing. And here we go with the second play. This time it's going to come around this side. Now he's got a little more running room. Got a man after him, though, but 28 still on his feet and runs out here and finally tackled by Jeff Lentz. Out here at the 36-yard line, 37-yard line, something like that. But boy, a nice run that time as he swept around his left side, Trojan right defensive side, and made a nice run out to the 38. So It'll be 1st and 10 for EJ at their own 38-yard line. Kerry Weiss coming back into the ball game. Denny Lanker going out for UDA. 70 in here is Margatansky. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Handoff is to 44. He's got maybe a yard out to the 40, or out to the 39-yard line, something like that. Mace in there along with Sean Arts. 62 Sport Bingaman making the stop. Gain of about a yard and a half or so. It'll be 2nd down and a long 8. Ball is at the 38-yard line on this 2nd and 8. Four minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Quarterback looking, dumps one over the middle. It is complete, and Bellis makes the stop for the Trojans, but not until the completion is made out there. Arts helping out there with Bellis on the tackle, but a 1st and 10 now from the 49-yard line for EJ. So the Tigers, momentarily at any rate, coming to life out here with a little bit of offense. Playing directly in front of us here. Hand off to the first guy through. There's the ball loose, and the Trojans will get it back as it has squirted through for about 5 yards. Recovered out there by number 8 or number 26 Undercuffler. Jason coming up with it, and it's at the UDA 42-yard line, something like that. So it'll be 1st and 10 UDA on their own 42. Ball may be just a little bit slippery, although I think the rain has nearly subsided right now. Back into the ball game is Jeff Lentz at the QB spot for Hubbard Dauphin. Jeff taking off around the left side. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's got about 11 or 12 over there as he gets down to the 47-yard line of EJ. And we got a Tiger down over there, I think. Yes, we do. One of the young Tiger ball players is down, and so we'll have a timeout. About 13-yard gain, something like that for Jeff on that scamper around the left side. Got the ball down here to the 43-yard line of East Juniata, and we'll be right back after this injury timeout. UDA coaching staff over there, Mr. Hain, Mr. Klauser, Mr. Klinger, Mr. Wirtz, looking a whole lot better at this stage of this game than they have in previous ball games this year. It's nice for the Trojans to get a breather here now as we start the second half of the season. This is game number 6. The Trojans with their 2-2-1 record through 5, looking for their second consecutive win here this evening. Young fellow is still down on the far side of the field, so we hope his injury is not too severe. It looks as though they have some people attending to him there, so we'll be right back. Okay, it's Trojan ball, 1st and 10 here now on the 43-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans there. Rain has subsided for the most part right now. Just a little shower it was, but enough to make things a little damp. So here we go on a 1st and 10. Lentz still has it, looking down the field, passes one out there. He's got a man open, and the man's got it for a completion. It looks like it's going to be Bellis. All right. Good job. Brian Bellis just picks off a 42-yard pass from Lentz. So Trojans proving that they do have an aerial football game tonight as Jeff Lentz completes his 3rd UDA TD pass. And that came with 3:29 remaining. And the Trojans will come into the ball game now and attempt their third consecutive extra point. It's 26-0.
Attempt the point after.
Here's Rickett. Can he make it 3 in a row? Kick is up. Kick is good. So Gene has indeed made it 3 in a row. Good job there, Gene Rickett. A fine long pass play to Brian Bellis of about 43 yards, something like that, from Lentz to Bellis. So Trojans putting on a show here now. They lead with 3:29 remaining in the first half, 27-0. Kind of a disheartening ball game for the Tigers of EJ, and kind of one that makes everybody loose for the Trojans. Zerbe in here as a defensive ball player now for UDA. On the end here, on the kickoff team. 70 in there is Margotansky. Number 80, I keep forgetting that young man's name. Let's see. Oh, it's Tim Ressler. Sorry, Tim in there.
Deep for the Tigers, number 24.
Troy Klinger,
31, Tom Pyle.
Sean Arts, and now here comes the kickoff. Low line drive kick, going to bounce and be taken up over there by number 31. He's got it, runs it all the way back here to the 37 or 8 yard line. So it's 1st and 10. EJ now on their own 37, we'll call it. 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the first half. Clock is set in motion now. QB comes into the ball game for the Tigers. EJ just does not have a big team at all, and what they lack in size, they equal in ability, I guess. In this case, here's a handoff and going up the middle for maybe 2, or 1 anyway.
Tom Pyle on the carry for East Juniata.
He's got
about 1
yard maybe. Well, out at the 38 yard line now. So a gain of 1. Be 2nd down and 9. Here's making the stop, they say, along with Brian Mace and the rest of these guys. Here's Bellis, Klinger, Kerry Wiest. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 9. Motion over on the right side. QB's got it. He's going to try to swing one around his side. He gets a block. Now he's got some trouble, though, as in to make the stop comes Kerry Wiest, along with number 60 and number 41, Jared Kreiser, and 60 in there, Phillips.
Phillips, Jared Kreiser on the stop.
Phillips, Kreiser, and Wiest coming up to make the stop that time. So it's really good to see the Trojans get a game like this where absolutely everyone is going to play, and we'll try to pick out some of these young fellas in there now. We see Rich Kerwin in there, Phillips, Kreiser. Here we go on a 3rd and 10. Lost a 1 on the last play, so it'll be a 3rd and 10. Motion over on the far side this time. Back to pass goes the quarterback. Getting a good rush in there from number 62, and he fires the ball ahead, I think. I'm not sure. No, incomplete. Okay. 62 out there is a Sport Bingaman. And boy, it was Sport putting the old pressure on the QB that time. Just about got him right as the kid kind of underhanded the ball ahead to, I'm not really sure, home. At any rate, goes as an incompletion, and it will bring up a 4th down and 12. And once again, Justin Adams, the only guy back for the Trojans. We'll have to watch this punt. Maybe we can block a punt here yet. Nearly everything else has happened. They've had one centered over their head. Trojans look like they may give it a little bit of a rush. There's another one over his head. Going to be rolling down inside the 10, and now it's down at the 7 yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 7 yard line. There's a flag out here, however. There is a flag laying out here at the 31 yard line. and we'll have to see what that means. Trojan's sort of shaken up in that play here now. I didn't notice him before. It looks like it's number 62. That would be Sport Bingaman. I believe might have gotten a hand or something injured that time, but at any rate, they're going to talk to the Trojans. If they're talking to the Trojans, there's no point. We do have an injured Tiger down in the field, however, down at the 7-yard line. So this play, for whatever reason, is coming back, I think. Sport's going to go off now, favoring his right arm, I believe. And this officialing crew here, I'm not so sure. They ought to get together on weekends or something. They don't communicate very well. I don't think any of them know exactly what's going on here again. At any rate, we've got 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Trojans up 27-0, and something has occurred out here at the 30-yard line. That's where the flag is laying, here at the 31. So another young Tiger being helped off the field over here now. And he seems like he's going to be okay as he jogs off. But at any rate, we still have to figure out the call. I haven't really seen the call yet, but they are talking to the Tigers, so quite obviously what looked like a Trojan recovery of a fumble down inside the 10 is not going to be the case. Penalty is against UDA, and we'll see what it is here right now. Illegal person downfield on the well, I'm not sure. That one kind of eludes me. It was a punting situation for the Tigers, and the Trojans ended up with that penalty. Not exactly sure what the heck it was. No, now it's going to be called. Okay, that makes a little more sense. It's a personal foul called against the Trojans. Personal foul against UDA, and that's their second one of the evening, and that will not endear, someone will not endear themselves to Coach Hain, I'm sure. This is going to go way back now, take the Trojans back to their own 34-yard line, and in fact it's going to be EJ ball on the Trojan 34. So that's probably the biggest gainer of the evening so far for EJ on the personal foul call. Gets the ball back to Trojan territory at the 34. Trojans with a little bit of a equipment problem here right at the moment, so we call time momentarily till they get somebody out here fixed up. And be right back. Okay, now we're down to 1 minute and 12 remaining in the first half, and the game getting a little funny here now, getting slowed down here with that penalty and some other problems. Anyway, here we go. Okay, now a flag's going to be thrown as the man runs right into the hands of Todd Ayers, but flags were thrown prior to the snap of the ball, so we'll see what happened here. Looks as though this one's going to go against UDA also, and at least from the applause on the behalf of the Tigers, dead ball foul, legal procedure now against EJ. However, the Trojans have backed up way far, so I don't know. I don't think anybody knows what the heck's going on here. Personal foul against Upper Dauphin. I didn't even see that thing. I couldn't imagine that. It didn't look to me as though the play ever ran. I don't know. This officiating up here is just getting just a little bit silly now. I don't see how that happened. The play never got off.
First and 10.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway, it is a first down, and again, Tigers with good yardage here now by way of penalties. And the ball down at the 25-yard line of UDA. Go back to pass. Fires once knocked up in the air and blocked down nicely by Troy Klinger, I believe, out there.
Pass, got it down.
Yep, Troy Klinger got his big hand up there and knocked that one down very nicely. It'll be second down and 10 now for EJ from the 25-yard line. 2nd and 10 EJ. Trojans with their ace defense out there, I believe, right now. You've got Margatansky in out there. Shadle, Rickert. Of course, the 2 Bulls in the middle. Here we go on a 2nd and 10. Looking back to pass again. Now he's looking out to the right side. Passes one out there in a flat. And right there, whoop, with a miss is Sean Arts, but Richie Shadle grabs him. And a flag is going to be thrown out here now as number 70, Margatansky, picks up a personal foul call on the pass. Personal foul on the quarterback on the pass. And
the reception. A flag in the play.
Coaching staff over there, I think he's just a little bit perplexed now as to what's going on, but the late hit going to be called against Margatansky, and that will give the Tigers another 15-yard gain, and that's going to move the ball way down here to somewhere around the 10, I guess. Looks like it occurred at about the 23-yard line, so I'm not sure. We'll have to see where the man with the stripes says he's going to place the ball. He's got the most yardage tonight for EJ. Guy with the stripes here. He takes the ball down to the, let's see, 5, 10, 15, down to the 17-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 now with 44 seconds remaining. A lot of yardage made by way of the penalties here now. Puts the Tigers in real good field position at a 2nd down and 2. No, it's moving ahead. Here they go. The official has rushed it ahead now for another 5. And so now the ball is placed at the 12. The official, these stripes are tough. Okay, it's a 1st down now. I don't know why they don't just take it across for a touchdown. Here we go. Let's go UDA defense. Enough of this baloney. The big rush put on over here as they pass. It is complete to number 28. He's tackled at the 12. Number 86, Bellis, making the stop for the Trojans. Nice pass and a good completion. It was good for about 2 or 3 yards. See where they spot it here now. Gonna spot it right at the 10. So a gain of about 3, I guess. Be 2nd down and, well, a gain of 2, the way it looks from here. Or 3, take your pick. Anyway, it'll be 2nd down and about 8. 37 seconds remaining. Clock stopped with the out of bounds play. The Tigers really threatening here now. 2nd and 8. Motion over on the right side. QB's got it. He's looking to pass. Still has it, and now he's going to be sandwiched down here. The ball comes loose. Number 78, Tom Paul, coming up to hit him along with Sport Bingaman. And time's going to be called by East Juniata. Ball will be spotted back at the 17-yard line, or 18-yard line, make it. And timeout called by EJ. Good defensive play by Tom Paul and Sport Bingaman that time. Big loss. It'll be a 3rd down and about 18 when we come back. It's about 3rd and 16 now. The ball back at about the 18-yard line. Here's a pitch back and a reverse. 24's got it, and coming up to get him is number 62, Sport Bingaman. Fine job that time by Bingaman, coming up there from his left defensive end spot and sacked him all the way back to the, let's see, the 23-yard line. So Trojan defense really getting tough out there now. Have sacked him back to bring up a 4th down and about 23, something like that. Be right back. Fairly decent UDA gathering has come up here to see this ball game. They're preparing to watch the famous UDA Trojan marching band perform here at halftime. That'll be upcoming on a different tape in just a moment. Okay, we have 14 seconds remaining. A 4th and a ton for EJ. Back to pass goes the QB, getting a big rush. He is nailed, and the ball goes incomplete over there. It was intended for number 28. And that's going to give the Trojans a football now with 9 seconds remaining. So UDA, well, wait a minute, hold it. There is a flag. Wait a minute, this could be a gainer for the Tigers. See who they're going to talk to. No, this time they're talking to Secretary of Defense out here, Mr. Gene Rickard, our lawyer, on the defensive side. And let's see. Illegal procedure will be against the Tigers, and that's going to give the Trojans a first down as the Trojans decline the penalty, of course. Take over the ball with 9 seconds remaining. And the ball will be placed at the UDA 8. Let's make it the 28-yard line. First and 10 for the Trojans on their own 28. See who we have in here at the QB spot. It's still Jeff Lentz at the quarterback spot. See if he's going to send somebody deep. Nope. Handing it off and going up the middle with it. Kerry Weiss drives it out here to the 32-yard line. And that's going to be it as the first half comes to an end with the Trojans up by a score of 27-0.
Marching band, Olympic Field.
Co-captains are meeting out at midfield now as we get set to begin the second half of play. Co-captains tonight for the Trojans, and the Trojans incidentally will receive, are Shadle, 8280, okay, wrestler, and Gene Rickard, and number 82 out there for the Trojans as a co-captain tonight. That's Russell Manning. Okay. All senior co-captains. And the Trojans will get the kickoff to open the second half of play. They lead 27-0, have held EJ almost to no gain on the ground, have had it all their way so far defensively and certainly offensively also, as we have a 27-0 score to prove that. The only handicap the Trojans have seen tonight has been of their own making with the penalties. They've been penalized for quite a few yards this evening in the first half, but otherwise playing a pretty sound football game offensively for sure, and defensively of course also. So, okay, boys will see what they can get away with, I guess, and we're set to go here for the second half. Ayers and Rickard deep for the Trojans now in the first kickoff. Here's a ball going to be taken, let's see, well, fallen upon, I should say, out here at the 32-yard line. Covered out there by Schminke, the center for the Trojans. Josh fell on that one right at the 32-yard line, so it'll be first and 10 from that point for UDA. First and 10. Now we'll see who we got in here. Here's Manning. He's going to be the flanker on the near side of the field now as Lentz sets him up. Jeff's got it. Hands it off. Going up the middle is Kerry Weiss, I believe it is. Yep, Kerry grinds out about 7 good yards all the way out to the 45-yard line, or 40-yard line. Okay, it'll be second down and 1. Ball right at the 40-yard line of UDA. Manning again the flanker on the near side of the field for the Trojans. Lentz has it, hands it off over here to Rickard, and this time Gene's going to be piled under, and Gene might have lost a couple that time. Looks like they're going to have him lose a pair back to the 40 or 38-yard line. Third down and 3 now for the Trojans. Starting backfield in there for UDA now. Ayers, Wiest, and Rickard, along with Jeff Lentz. Here's Lentz back to pass. Looking down the right side, dumps one over the middle. It's complete out here to Kerry Wiest. Kerry at the 50, the 45, the 40. Kerry needs a block or two down the sidelines over there. He's tripped up down at about the 12-yard line. A flag or a marker of some kind goes flying in there. I'm not sure if it was a flag or what, but something went flying in there. Could have been just marking it. Yeah, okay, it's first down for the Trojans on a beautiful pass play from Jeff Lentz to Kerry Wiest, and goes all the way down to the 16-yard line, I think it is. So it'll be 1st and 10 there. Fine pass play. Boy, did Jeff ever get that one off very nicely. Here he is again. He's going to roll right this time. He's still keeping it. Pitches it back here now to Ayers, and Ayers will dive into the end zone, or trot into the end zone, I should say, for the TD. So that series there took, I think, 4 plays. There are no flags on the field. So the Trojans in about 4 plays. Take another one in here now, and it's now a 6 and 7, 13, 20, or 33 to nothing ball game. They will change the 2 to a 3 here momentarily. Well, maybe they won't. Well, you can imagine why not. Okay, now they do. Okay, 33-0. We've played 1 minute and 51 seconds into the second half. The Trojans are on the board, and the magical toe of Gene Rickert called upon to make his 4th consecutive extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, kick is good. Okay, Gene Rickert with his 4th in a row, and it's now 34-0. Trojans up by 34. And we'll be back with a kick here in just 1 second. Here's a young Trojan now coming in for the defensive purposes here. It is wrestler Margatansky. I'll think of number 44's name here in a minute. If I can get this score thing out, it'd be even easier. But at any rate, here we go. Kick, left-footed kick. New kicker into the ball game for the Trojans. Gets into it, kicks it down here. It's taken by number 31. He heads up the middle and runs directly into a pile of Trojans out there at the 37-yard line.
Out to the East Juniata 37-yard line.
Let's see. 85 in there on the stop. Kerry Wiest also. Troy Klinger on the stop for the Trojans. Looks like the Trojan number 1 defense still in the ball game. Tom Paul, along with 76 Brian Mace in there at the center of that Trojan line. Kerry Wiest in there yet, but I don't think these guys will play too long here in this half. QB rolls back, fires one over this way, nearly intercepted on an attempt over here anyway by Kerry Wiest. It was kind of thrown over Kerry's hands. It was incomplete as it was thrown over everybody, but Kerry, I thought for a moment there, might have had a shot at that one, but goes in incompletion. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Stops the clock with 9:31 remaining in period 3. Trojans up 34 zip. This will be the Trojans' 2nd or 3rd win of the year and the 2nd consecutive win. So we got a streak on now, 2 in a row. It would appear at any rate, barring any kind of a disaster such as the lights going out here or something. Okay, here's a pitch back, and coming up to meet him is Troy Klinger with a good stop. Finishing off the play is Tom Paul, but Troy Klinger put the stop on him as he attempted to go around the left side here. And Troy coming up from his right defensive end position put the kibosh to that play. A loss of about 5. It'll be 3rd and about 15. Ball now back at the 32-yard line. About a 3rd and 15. EJ sets him up on the 32. Handoff going up the middle this time for about 5 or 6. Nice run. Gained about 5 or 6 of those back. Stop made in there by number 62, Sport Bingaman. But he did gain about 5 of them back anyway. It'll be 4th and 11. So the Trojans will send back Justin Adams as a single safety. He'll be standing back at the Trojan 35-yard line. And again, we're going to stay in here and see if the Trojans can get a block or look at the excitement of this. Punter's walking back a couple steps. That could be bad. Oops, nice centering snap this time. And a nice kick coming out here. Justin's going to let it roll. It rolls back here to the 25 or 24-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for UDA on the 24-yard line. Ball rolls dead there, and Officials pick it up and spot it with the nose of the ball almost on the 25, so we'll call it the 24. 1st and 10. Rich Shadle comes into the ball game now as the quarterback for the Trojans. Josh Minke still in there as the center for UDA. 74 and 63 in for the Trojans. Here we go. Shadle pitches it back. The ball's dropped by Justin Adams. Picks it back up and maybe only lost a yard. But that time on the pitch, Justin dribbled it once and
number 16.
got it back again. And so no harm done on that one. No gain on the play. He got back, well, maybe lost a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. 63 is that Aaron King in there for UDA. Here goes Shadle. He's handing it off. Around the left side goes number 28, Andy Miller, I mean. Or is that, let me see here. Nope, that was number 26, Undercuffler.
Number 26,
Jason Undercuffler. All right, Jason gets himself about a 1st down. All right, Jason picked up about 11 or 12 that time and got himself a 1st down out to the 38-yard line of UDA. Nice run that time by Jason Undercuffler. He's playing in the slot position now for UDA in the near side. Here's Shadle with it, rolling as though to pass. Fires one over the middle. It is complete right out here. Nice job as number 82.
Pass complete to number 82, Russell Manning.
Russ Manning. And Russell picks that one off very nicely. Shadle on the roll out here to the right. Threw that ball very nicely. Russell with a really nice reception. Saw the boys practice a little bit earlier this week, and they were running those pass plays like that over the middle and so forth. And now we have a timeout here. Something apparently is wrong with, it's equipment repair back here. And now he's going to come off, and number 40 will take his place for the Tigers. But at any rate, Trojan offense running some passing patterns this year, and we're looking good. I had a practice on Wednesday evening, I think it was, and surely has paid off here against these Tigers. Okay, here we go. Justin Adams is the tailback. Here's Shadle with it on the option, running around the left side. No one out there. Richie gathers it in, drives it down here to the nearly the 40-yard line of EJ. Close to the 1st down. We'll see what it looks like here. It is 3rd down. Rich picked up about 8 that time on that scamper over the left side. And it'll be a 2nd down and 1. It's fun watching a ball game like this. Now here's Shadle with it. He gives it off to Arts over there, and Sean drives it down to the 30-yard line. A 1st down and then some, as Sean picks up about 9 or 10 on the play. Probably 10. He needed 1. Gets the ball down to the 31-yard line, or the 30-yard line. They're going to spot it. So it's 1st and 10 for the Trojans on the EJ 30-yard line.
1st and 10 on the 30-yard line.
Undercuffler will be the flanker on the near side of the field here now. Shadle sets him up. Shadle's got it yet on the option. Looking back here, pitches it back here to Justin Adams. Justin going to try to turn the right side, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. There's a flag right here. So something transpired out here that was not kosher. And we'll see what it was. It'll probably go against UDA. Almost everything else has. Holding will be the call against our beloved Trojans, and that's going to back them up about 10. And we'll bring up a 1st and 20, presumably. Holding is the call against the Trojans, and then I'll march the ball back to the 40-yard line. Make it to 41, whatever. It'll be a 1st and 20. Russell Manning in there.
It'll be 1st and 21 for the Trojans.
He'll be the flanker on the near side.
Ball on the East Juniata 41-yard line.
Here goes Rich Shadle. He sets him up. Rich going back to pass, looking down that left side. Fires one over there. It is incomplete as he had a receiver there, Undercuffler. But Jason got turned around as the ball was kind of thrown behind him. And so it falls as an incompletion. It'll bring up a second down and 20. Second and 20. Shadle again with it. Now he's going to scoop it together here and run over the middle. He's hung on a shirt grab there by number 10, the quarterback of the Tigers. Makes a good stop on Rich after a gain of only a couple. He got the ball out to the 33-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4 that time, which in tonight's ball game seems like a very, very small amount. Rich on a 3rd and long. He's looking. He's firing one down deep. Got a man out there. Tips it up into the air and goes incomplete. Again, Jason Undercuffler was the intended receiver, but it's batted down out there on a good defensive play by a Tiger. And so that will bring up a 4th down. And it could be that for the very first time tonight, the Trojans would punt. They have Jason Undercuffler, the punter, into the ball game now, and we're going to see what happens here. Will the Trojans attempt a fake here? I don't know. Got a man out here that really has no idea what's going on. This is a man heading for the sidelines. Now let's see what happens. Here's the snap. Jason's going to punt it. Yep, he does. Gets a nice punt off. Real high one. Going to be taken down here at the 12 or so, 10 maybe. All right, what a nice spiraling punt, and a fair catch called for and made down inside the 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for EJ at the 10. 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining here in the 3rd period, and the showers lightly falling again here at the old ballpark. 3:57 remaining in the 3rd. Here's a handoff and getting back to the line of scrimmage and then getting swarmed under over there by any number of Trojans. Sport Bingaman, one of those over there, aggressively making the stop. Number 61 for the Trojans also over there helping out on that stop. No gain on the play, virtually no gain. So it'll be a 2nd down and about 10. '61 over there at Brandon Ryan, playing at a tackle spot now for UDA. And here we go on a 2nd down and about 10. QB has a hands-off over this side. Trojans coming up trying to make the stop on him, and they do as he slides down at about the 6 or so. A couple of fellas converging there. Kerry Wiest along with Troy Klinger on the stop as the quarterback kind of slipped at about the 6-yard line. They'll bring up a 3rd and 14 now with 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. Okay, here we go on a 3rd down and 14. Quarterback looking as though he wants to pass. Dumps it over here on the side. The ball is caught, but it's going to be no gain at all. As a matter of fact, it might have even ended up as a loss, as it looks as though they're going to spot it at about the 2. So the Trojans will get this one back in excellent field position, that's for sure, as it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 18. And this young man cannot make a mistake this time on the punt, because he will be punting from the deep edge of his end zone. He'll be with the back, practically on the back line here. Wow, he is so close. Matter of fact, the referee over here just spouting him out. Here's a good snap, and he gets this punt off. Justin Adams. Back there, Justin's got it. Scrambles around the left side. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20. Where's Justin going? My goodness, he's all the way down here to about the 3 or 4, I think. Great run back by Justin Adams. Man, nice run back by Justin. Took that ball out here at about the 32 or so yard line and ran it all the way down to the 3. It'll be first and goal now for the Trojans as they set it up at the 4-yard line. Okay, it'll be first and goal from the 4 for UDA with 1 minute and 29 seconds remaining. And I know we're going to see shirts in here that I'm not exactly familiar with, although I can hear you saying, huh, he's not familiar with anybody. Okay, at any rate, let's see. Shadle in at the quarterback spot. He gives it to Justin Adams. Justin going to try to turn the right side, gets to the line of scrimmage. The ball comes loose. It's going to be picked up and advanced by the Indians, or Tigers rather. And so that ball's going to be picked up by the Tigers and returned out here to the 22-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 as Justin trying to bust around the right side here. Lost the handle on it, and it will be first and 10 for the Tigers on their own 22, or 17 make it. Okay, first and 10 on the 17. First turnover of the ball game, I think, for UDA. Came with 45 seconds remaining here in the third period. Well played ball game on both offensively and defensively for the Trojans. Up the middle goes number 44 until he is grabbed by the leg by number 22, Todd Ayers. Making a stop for the Trojans as he dove out to the 20-yard line. Ayers with a fine defensive play that time. And it'll be second down and 7 as he picked up about 3 that time. Basically the number 1 defense in the ball game yet for UDA. Quarterback rolls back as though to pass as time ends for the third period. Intended over here for number 28, but it's an incompletion. He threw the ball out of bounds. So anyway, at the end of 3, we got a 34-0 UDA lead going into the final 12 minutes of play here. Trojans needed a game like this, and they got one. Tuning it up for Millersburg, which will come up Saturday afternoon. A rare Trojan Saturday afternoon ball game, and that'll be coming up here in just a week from tomorrow. UDA at home hosting the Indians of Millersburg in a big one. Back with the fourth and final period here in just a second. Okay, fourth period about to begin here now with East Juniata with the ball on the 25-yard line, or no, at their own 20-yard line. Here we go. Quarterback's got it. He's looking. Firing one over the middle deep. It is completed by a Trojan. Out here, it's going to be number 31, Kerry Wiest, with the interception. And he's tackled out here at the 33-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 for the Trojans now on their own 33, or an East Juniata 33-yard line. Kerry Wiest with a fine interception. The first interception of the ball game for the Trojans, I believe. And Kerry made it look easy. Okay, it's first and 10 for the Trojans on their EJ 32. Here's Shadle with it, hands it off. Going up the middle now is Wiest, I believe. He fumbles the ball after the whistle had blown. The ball comes loose, but it's going to be ruled downed out at the 20.
Number 15, Mark.
Let's see. It'll be at the 29-yard line. Picked up 4.
Second and 5.
It'll be second and 6 now as Kerry gained about 4 on that play. Markotansky is the center for UDA right now. Back to pass goes Shadle. He's rolling around the right side. Gets a good block back there. Now Rich turns it over on the right side and dives it ahead to the 20 or near the 20-yard line. Maybe the block I saw wasn't so good as there's a flag laying back here, and That's generally about the area where the block I saw may have turned into a clip. So we'll see. Nope, a hold is going to be called against UDA. Okay, that'll set the Trojans back again a little bit here now. Trojan coaching staff with that pleasant, displeased look on their face over there now as Trojans get marched back here to the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 17 now. Manning the flanker on the near side of the field for the Trojans. Here we go on a 2nd and 17. Shadle hands it off on the draw play. Up the middle goes Kerry Weiss. Kerry still on his feet. Battles down to the 30-yard line. Nice run that time by Kerry. Gained about maybe 10, 11 yards back anyway. It'll be sitting right on the 30-yard line of East Juniata. It'll be 3rd and 6. Wrestler leaves the ball game for the Trojans now. Okay, got a new young fellow over there, 88, lined up on the far side. Here goes Shadle back to pass. He's looking over the middle. He's got it complete out there to 88, who just came into the ball game for the touchdown. What a nice pass. Wow, and we will find out. Brian Bell, 86 was it? Yeah, it was 86. I'm sorry, it was 86. Brian Bellis gets the TD, and that's his 2nd of the evening, I do believe. And that came with just 9:53 remaining here in the ball game. Brian Bellis with a nice pass from Rich Shadle of about 32 yards or whatever it was, something like that. Nice. That's Bellis flanked out on the far side. Shadle looking, rolling out on the right, passes it. It is incomplete. Off the fingertips of Jason Undercuffler. And it goes up in the air over there as the Trojans try to get a 2-point conversion. But anyway, the score still remains 40-0. Trojans up with 9:53 remaining in the ball game. And now we've got Justin Adams as a defensive player over here, along with number 77. I'll take a moment here to flip back my lineup sheet. Get back in here to the sophomores, I guess. Let's see. 77, Tom Swaggart in the ball game now for UDA. We're ready to go here. Nice kick by number 31. That's Kerry Weiss, the kicker, and he ends up down here covering his own kickoff eventually, along with number 63 out there. Stone Road, I think that is. 63, Raybuck.
63,
Aaron King. I'll get him right yet. Okay. 73 is Raybuck. Okay, Aaron King with the stop. 21 now. Cassidy into the ball game, along with Rich Kerwin on defense here. Kreiser, Jared Kreiser, trying to find out some of these other young lads here in a second. 1st and 10, pitches back here to 31. He comes up and he's going to be nailed out here by Kreiser, who comes up and makes a good stop on him.
On the carry for the Tigers.
Kreiser, along with Kerwin, and number 66 for the Trojans coming up to make this stop. Gain of maybe 1 on the play, no more than that. Be 2nd down and 9. John Pry helping out on that stop for the Trojans. 65 also in there now on defense for UDA. Here's a handoff, and the man coming up to make the stop this time is going to be number 65. So we'll definitely find out this young lad's name as he come up, made a good stop. Loss of, or maybe a gain of 1. The ball spotted at the 34-yard line. 65 in there for the Trojans is Alan Daniels. Alan Daniels, it said, came up and made the stop that time. for UDA. Okay, here we go on a 3rd and 11. Pitches it back over here, 40, and there comes that Jared. No, this time it's going to be Cassidy coming up and making the stop real quick. Well, I'll tell you, these kids are really firing off on this defensive line now. Cassidy and Kreiser and boys out here, man, they're firing real good. Cassidy comes up, makes the stop. Loss of about 2 more. It'll be 4th down and 13. And number 81 will go back for UDA to receive this kick. Let's look at this snap. Good snap. And a nice high punt. Going to come over this way and perhaps roll out of bounds. Yes, it does. Okay, it goes out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, something like that. And it'll be UDA's ball, 1st and 10. As we'll check it out here now. I think Rob Shell may be into the ball game now as quarterback. Yes, he is. Robbie Shell seeing his first action at quarterback for the varsity this year. Looks like basically the JV squad in there now, because he'll have Denny Lanker as a running back. He has number 28, Andy Miller, as a flanker on the near side of the field. Back in there is Jared Kreiser. Here's the handoff. It's going to be Denny Lanker. He rushes it ahead out here over the 40-yard line to maybe the 41 or so. Nice gain of about 6 on the play. Shell with a good handoff, and Denny Lanker with a good run. Picked up 5. They spot it right on the 40-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 40. It's going to be number 32 over there. I can't think of the young lad's name. At any rate, here goes a keeper, or is he pitching it back? No, he's going to pitch it back over there, and a flag is thrown. I thought I saw a flag. Yeah, flag laying back here as they went around the right side. Robbie Shell pitching it back over there to Lanker. And the call, however, will come against the Trojans, and that will nullify that nice run, as the Trojans are backing it up here now. Flag is at the 40-yard line. The discussion is out at the 44-yard line, so it's going to be holding against UDA and personal foul against the Tigers, so that will end up being a rerun. Still be 2nd down and 5. Still be 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. Ball's going to be spotted back at the 40-yard line, right on the 40, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Jeff Kotoweski in there now for the Trojans, number 72, as we try to identify some of these young guys. I do not have a spotter, so do the best we can here now. Okay, Robbie Shell sets him up at the quarterback spot. He hands it off. Over here comes Kerwin. Rich going to turn around the left side. Flag is thrown, and so is Rich. Rich is going to go out of bounds over here in front of the Tiger bench at the 45-yard line, but a flag is dropped out here. And let's see what they detected there. Looks like it's going to be against Upper Dauphin again, as Rich came around this side. Holding again will be the call against UDA. So somebody out here just grabbing a little bit. And I didn't see whom, but I would imagine the videotape will. At any rate, that backs them up. So the Trojans going in reverse here now. This will take them all the way back down to the 30-yard line. So it'll bring up a 2nd down. They're going to run this. This will be the 3rd time they run 2nd down here now, I guess. Looks like it'll be 2nd down and 15.
Down, 15 yards to go.
Well, we'll see if the Trojans can get something going here now on a 2nd and 15. 84 will come in as the tight end here now for UDA on this side of the field. And here we go. Shell sets him up one more time. Robbie going to go back and try to throw one this time. Looking. Fires one. Ooh, nearly picked off over there by number 75 of the Tigers. I'm not sure who that was intended for, but Rob just did not get everything on that one, I guess, and kind of lobbed it into the defender there. Stops the clock with 5 minutes and 58 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Kerwin will check out of the game now for UDA, or was that? Yeah, it was Kerwin. Okay. He checks out. We've got Lanker and Kreiser in the backfield for the Trojans. Shell rolling back. Going to pass one over to the far side. This is Lanker with it. Denny still on his feet. Flies ahead here to the 37-yard line. That's about the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage. So picked up about 5 on that play. It'll bring up 4th down and 10. Be a 4th and 10 here now.
Tackle for the Tigers. 4th down and about 8 for the Upper Dauphin.
Phillips into the ball game along with another number 70, but that 70 is not. That is not Margatansky unless he just put on about 40 pounds over in the sidelines. At any rate, he's the center, this number 70, and he's going to center the ball back here now. And Kreiser gets the kickoff. I think it was Kreiser. At any rate, it's going to be taken back here, and in hot pursuit is number 84. They throw him out of bounds over here as number 84 and number 81 make a stop for the Trojans. Zielinski making the stop in there. Number 84 was in hot pursuit of the young Tiger, and he grabbed him and threw him down at the 39, so it'll be 1st and 10 now for EJ at their own 39 with 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Just 5 minutes to go. This group here really looks intense out here. They really do. I think they want to really play some varsity football here now, and here we go. Handoff. Second man through is gaining some yardage. 81 comes up, makes the stop on him. Assisted by Andy Miller there, but 81 making the big play that time for the Trojans. And that's Matt Stroop. Matt Stroop coming up making the stop. Kerwin leaves the game again here now as number 77 comes in for UDA, and they're practically in front of us here, so let's go in here tight and watch what some of these little fellas can do. Here's a handoff, and the quarterback sneaks it ahead for about 1 yard, and coming crashing in there now at the end of that play was Robbie Shell. Went in there and knocked the pile over right at the 50-yard line. And that is enough for a 1st down, and so it'll be 1st and 10 for EJ right on the 50 with 3 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Trojans up 40-0. Tom Swigert, number 77, in there now at a tackle position for the Trojans on the left tackle spot. Handoff to number 31, and he's going to be met by any number of Trojans. Number 60 in there, Phillips. 77, Swigert, and number 60, that is Phillips. Okay, there was another young lad in there that I missed, but at any rate, I may have missed him, but he certainly didn't miss that Tiger as they stopped him after a gain of about 1.5 foot. Ball at the 49-yard line now of UDA with 3:09 remaining. Here we go on a 2nd and 9. Hand off to the second guy through 40, and man, he has stood up after he gains about 2. And standing him up out there is number 84 Zielinski, number 72 of the Trojans.
Gain about 2 in the play.
Stacked him up at the Trojan 47-yard line. That other 72 is that Jeff Godoweski. Come up and made a nice stop that time. So here we go. Motion over on the left side. Quarterback back to pass. Fires one over that way. It is incomplete. Intended for number 28 over there. And guarding on the play is number 28, Andy Miller, along with number 84, Zielinski, I think is 84. At any rate, they're going to have to punt the ball away now to the Trojans, it would appear. As the Trojans send one man back to receive this punt. Let's see what kind of a centering pass he gets here. Good one that time. Takes the ball and places it down there, and this ball's going to get a good EJ roll and be down at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 20 with 1:54 remaining. The clock is moving here now. Got down to 1:48 and so forth. So UDA will try it again here now. This squad here had some problems last time with some holding penalties and so forth. So we really need to see them at least get it going here on the offense now. 81's a flanker on the near side. Here we go. Robbie Shell sets him up, hands it off here now to Lanker, and boy, if Denny could have gotten a block or two out there. He was moving and picking them and got it all the way out to the 30-yard line, gain of nearly enough for the first down. Wait till we see it is a first down. Okay, then he got the first down that time by about a foot or so. Stops the clock momentarily with 1:17 remaining. And now we put it in play. We'll be under a minute by the time this play gets finished, I would think. Here's Shell lining them up at the 30, handing it off over there and tripping ahead for maybe just one to the 31-yard line this time is Denny Lanker again. Not too much available on that play. Gained maybe a 1 yard would be generous. And so it'll be now 50 seconds remaining. Time for a play or two yet. And you can see these guys are anxious to get a play off. It seems like they kind of glance around at the clock. You know, we're down to 40 seconds now. And Robbie sets him up. He's going to roll left. He's got the option. He's going to keep it. Shell goes up the middle, gets out here to the 43-yard line. A nice run that time by Rob. Out here to the 43-yard line. Clocks the stops as they change the sticks now with 29 seconds remaining. So the Trojans will go to a 3-2-1 record following tonight's ball game, a 40-0 blitzing of these EJ Tigers. We're down to 22 seconds now, and rather than fall on it, the Trojans, of course, are going to try to do something here now. Shell's got it. He hands it off to Jared Kreiser, and Jared driving ahead. There's a flag thrown. There's got to be a little bit of a personal foul or something, maybe a face mask even or whatever in here, as Jared went up the middle, drew a crowd, and gained about 5 on the play. Face mask will be indeed the call, and will go against the Tigers, of course, as Jared just dragging people all over the place here with him. And that'll stop the clock with just 5 seconds remaining. It'll give the Trojans a first down, and the ball will be down at the Tiger 42-yard line. They'll make that the 38-yard line, 37-yard line. Make it. Okay, so it'll be 1st and 10 now with 5 seconds remaining. So this is going to do it. Say congratulations to the coaching staff and everybody involved with this group. And oh, wait a minute, and there goes the end of the ball game as the score, as the time has run out here. So final score is UDA 40 and the Tigers of East Juniata nothing. Super Bowl game played by the Trojans tonight, so that's going to do it. Final score again, as we congratulate all these fellas, everybody playing, getting some playing time it would seem, and everybody doing a super job out there. Almost anticlimactic for some of the fellas the way they look. You know, it's not nearly like it will be next week when we beat the Indians of Millersburg. So congratulations, Coach Hain, the coaching staff, and to everybody who has really prepared this team 2 weeks in a row, and they have not disappointed anyone. So final score here now is the Trojans 40 and the East Juniata Tigers 0. See you next week as the Trojans go home to face the Indians of Millersburg. Dale Calnon saying thanks a lot for watching, and good night.